Hello, everyone. This is Nancy Weber, and I'm a nurse by training, holistic health educator by heart and passion. For many decades, and I'm fortunate enough to have a very dear friend, Ralph Usatola, retired lawyer, JD. He's got a few other things going besides that by far. However, we want to get to why we're doing this today. And before I introduce Ralph, I want to tell you that this is for you. For lay practitioners in all healing work, for all holistic practices, for people who want to buy supplements and nutrients, to talk to each other, to talk publicly. I want you to know what can happen here. And so we're going to go quickly through facts, and then there's a lot more you can learn later. We're going to open up a door and show you how we can change this. Okay? So let's go to it. Hello, Ralph.
Let me see if I can meet the expectation here.
Oh, you do? Or yes, free health speech. So you and Dr. Rima E. Leibau, you're a trustee of Natural Solutions Foundation with her and General Major Bert Stubblebine, retired military.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I have a few things to go through with you. So ready?
I sure am.
Thank you. You received a warning letter from the FDA and FTC combined. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
It is.
What was the warning letter warning you about?
It didn't want us to say certain things about food and health, and it didn't want us to refer to a certain declassified government study.
Was there any particular word you weren't permitted to use?
Oh, I think the word was very clear. It was the word cure.
So you weren't permitted to use the word cure, and it was a government study you used about a certain nutrient, correct?
Indeed.
And the government paper indicated that it indeed prevented that from occurring, or stopped it, or cured it, correct?
Exactly.
Oh, interesting. So the FDA didn't know about the government paper.
They didn't say that. They
Okay.
didn't want us telling the public about it.
Okay, so how does the government agency, the FDA and FTC, have the right to censor what you say? Because they censor a lot.
Oh, of course, they try to censor a lot all the time. No, they have no right. Government agencies have no rights at all. They just have powers. And by the way, any attempt by Congress to give the FDA the power to censor opinion speech, long ago, the Supreme Court said they couldn't do that. That's not a power of Congress. It can't give it to the agency. The agency can't act that way, but they do.
So Supreme Court has ruled, I think it was 1911, correct?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Johnson
and the-
versus FDA.
Okay, and I know that 1902, I think the FDA began,
Right about that.
right? So here
Right.
you have an FDA who immediately started to censor speech.
Exactly. Well,
Okay.
they didn't immediately. First, the Supreme Court said you don't have any power to censor speech. Then Congress changed the law a little bit, and the FDA decided, well, it did have that power.
So if the Congress changed it, isn't that law then and legal for them to do that?
Only if Congress has the authority to do that. Congress only has limited powers.
Okay, so even though they changed it, they really don't have the power to change it, but they didn't care. Is that correct?
I would say that that's a very good indication of exactly what's going on. Yes.
Okay, so they use powers that really aren't theirs to use. They overstep their boundaries.
The court tells them they can't do it. They will continue to do it.
So if the Supreme Court says that, it means that you can win in Supreme Court a case in which the Supreme Court, who is the ruling law of the land, correct?
Exactly.
They're not allowed to do that to you. You win the case, correct?
Exactly. And it's
Okay.
not just back in 1911. As recently as 2002, court said basically the same thing. Government has no legitimate interest in preventing people from making a bad decision. What the government thinks of
So
that.
let me ask you something then. That was 2002.
Right.
If something can happen in the Supreme Court now, in today's world, to take back all the words that have been taken away.
Then the censorship regime, which exists currently, with both the FDA and FTC in different ways, would come to a complete halt, and people could engage in truthful speech about the relationship between food and health without prior FDA approval and without risking running up against FTC enforcement. The sine qua non of speech The public commercial speech is truth.
So if I have research to back up, for instance, the fact that an herb is useful for my liver, like milk thistle, and that it can actually help me if I had mononucleosis, I could say that in free speech.
And provide the milk thistle. And that's the distinction here. It's saying it, but saying it and doing it. And that's the freedom that we are seeking to vindicate. Our expressive association right.
So here's my question for you. And this is the bottom line for all of us, folks. So now we've got the background on that. We all understand that what Ralph is telling us is if we can get to Supreme Court, we can reverse what is going on in what I think of as Big Brother. The FDA has become Big Brother. And just to insert something for all of you who don't know, look up, Google, or however you do it, Harvard, FDA, Law, Medicine, and Ethics. And you will find a paper from June 2013 that says that the FDA has been totally corrupted by the pharmaceutical industry, and they make recommendations. That's a 180-degree turn from what Harvard has ever said before. And it's one of the reasons I believe FDA is going after everybody that isn't the pharma. So I'm coming back and asking Ralph something. Ralph, how do we get to the Supreme Court? How are you involved in us getting there?
First, you got to have standing to sue. And that means that you have to be attacked by the government first.
And you were.
They sent us a warning letter.
Okay.
We are following the procedure. It's called exhausting your administrative remedies. We are going step by step. We have a petition. We have an appeal. When those steps are completed, we can go to the Federal District Court in the District of Columbia, then goes from there to what's called the Little Supreme Court, the Federal Circuit Court of Appeals that hears all the appeals from federal agency decisions. And if that decision is not satisfactory, we can go to the U.S. Supreme Court. And that court has no compunction at all about telling an agency that it has to stop.
How beautiful. And it always does, on this note.
So long as we are a nation of law, the FDA will obey the law. And the law is what the court says it is.
I can see how it all works now, and that it would be a notification to the public, too, at that point.
Indeed, it would be.
Okay.
And that's what we're hoping to do, to free health speech.
This is fantastic. I hope you all understand, who are watching or listening, that we can actually stop what they're doing to us and taking away rights. And I'm asking Ralph my final question, which is very simple. How do we help see to it that you can get to Supreme Court? Because what you're really doing is not just representing yourselves, the Natural Solutions Foundation, you're representing the entire public in this nation for health freedom.
There's a website we've set up for that. First of all, we have a petition with the FDA, and that's on the website too. But the website is what they call a crowdfunding website. We need financial support to do the litigation, and we need the public support if we're going to do it. The website is a GoFundMe website. It's one of the best of the crowdfunding websites. It's very reputable. You go to GoFundMe.com. That's www.gofundme.com/free health speech.
I know that we all would love to see this happen, this freedom of speech happen. And we know that you're representing really the entire nation when you do this, because once you get this from Supreme Court to say no to the FDA, no to the FTC, yes, we do have all these rights, it becomes public knowledge. Correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so my questions to you, twofold. What does it cost to get there? How much?
Minimum of 100,000, maximum of 2 or 3 million. But we need 100,000 to just get to position to be able to get into court.
Just to get into position to get to court.
Exactly.
Okay. How long does it take to get to court, do you think? Roughly. Guess.
6 months to a year.
6 months to a year, and then you never know about Little Supreme Court and going to Supreme Court. We understand that.
Yeah.
How do we help you? And here's my question for you about helping. I know you have a site for us to all go to. Those who wish to contribute and don't want their names to be party to anything.
It can be done anonymously very easily. There are several ways, and having to do with money orders and gift cards. We're happy to accept anonymous donations.
Okay.
There's information on the site about how to do that.
So for those who don't know about the gift cards and what that actually means, let's say you want to donate more than whatever, $50 or $100, or you want to donate thousands. Go to your bank, get a gift card in whatever amount you want, and that's what you can donate. Your name is not party to any of that.
Exactly.
Okay, so where do they go?
We're a small nonprofit organization, Natural Solutions Foundation, so we do need and accept public help. We've set up a crowdfunding website with one of the best of the crowdfunding organizations. It's called GoFundMe. So if you go to www.gofundme.com/free health speech. Remember, free health speech, you're on your way. That website has all the information on it. It has a secure method of donating, have some additional videos. It's all there for you.
So here's the ending, if I may. If we simply complain about the world and complain about the FDA and don't take action, we're as much to blame as the next person. We have to take action ourselves to make a difference. So Ralph is doing all that groundwork. And if you don't know them, go to Natural Solutions Foundation or ask friends. They're very well known throughout the holistic health communities. And when I've spoken to people who head up very huge companies, the moment I mention Ralph's name, they go, oh, yes, excellent. They all know. And I've spoken to other holistic lawyers who said, I bow to him. So I want you to hear something. And it's true, Ralph. I know you 30 years or so, something like that. If you hear his voice and you know his authenticity, you know that this is for all of us to do. I want everybody to help out, and I don't want anybody being pointed a finger at by the FDA or the FTC. It's none of their business who is supporting getting to the truth.
We have a great little team.
Yeah.
We just need the resources, and we can have a great victory.
So please, listen, think about it, and take action. And take action soon, because we want our freedoms back. I don't know about you. I want to be able to say whatever I want in the public. Don't you?
Free health speech. Do it now. GoFundMe.com/free health speech. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, and I wish you all well, and let's have free speech soon. Take care, everybody.